Psyche, the planet that lost everything, and what we're about to find. Right now, as you watch this, a spacecraft is passing Mars. It is not stopping. It is not slowing down. It is moving at 12,333 miles per hour, sweeping within 2,800 miles of the Martian surface, roughly the distance between New York and Los Angeles, and using the planet's gravity to slingshot itself deeper into the solar system. The maneuver will take minutes. The destination is 3 years away. The spacecraft's name is Psyche, and Mars is not what it came for. It came for something stranger, something that has been waiting, orbiting silently between Mars and Jupiter for approximately 4.5 billion years. An object 173 miles across, dense with metal, ancient beyond reckoning, and possibly the exposed core of a planet that no longer exists. Today's flyby is the entry point. The real story is what Psyche is going to find. Long before Earth had oceans, before the first continent formed, before any rock on this planet had been touched by rain, a planet-sized body was being torn apart. Not slowly, not gently. By collision after collision, its outer layers were stripped away, piece by piece, until what remained was something that had never been intended to exist in open space. The iron and nickel heart of a world, naked and cooling, still traveling the orbit of a planet that was no longer there. What do we actually know about Asteroid Psyche? And what will the data reveal about a world that died before ours was fully formed? Gravity assists are not new. Voyager used them, Cassini used them, New Horizons used them, but each one involves a specific choreography, a trajectory calculated years in advance, a moment of closest approach measured in seconds, a change in speed and direction that cannot be undone. Psyche's Mars flyby was planned to solve a specific problem. The spacecraft runs on solar electric propulsion, a system that uses sunlight to ionize xenon gas and expel it as thrust. It is efficient over long distances, but it generates modest acceleration. Getting a van-sized spacecraft from Earth to an asteroid in the outer belt on schedule required a shortcut. Mars is that shortcut. On the 23rd of February 2026, the mission team fired Psyche's thrusters for 12 hours straight to refine its approach, a precise correction that lined up the spacecraft's trajectory to within the tolerances needed for the flyby to work. On May 15, the maneuver executes. Mars's gravity will accelerate Psyche and bend its path, tilting the plane of its orbit toward the asteroid belt. No propellant spent, just physics. Ultimately, the only reason for this flyby is to get a little help from Mars to speed us up and tilt our trajectory in the direction of the asteroid Psyche, said Lindy Elkins-Tanton, the mission's principal investigator. But something else is happening during the flyby, something the mission team did not want to waste. As Psyche approached Mars in the days leading up to today, it was doing so from the planet's night side. Mars appeared not as a red disk, but as a thin, silver crescent sunlight catching only the edge of the planet, scattered through the Martian atmosphere into an arc of light. The spacecraft's cameras were already running. Images were already coming in. Those images are practice runs. The imager is being calibrated on a real planetary surface for the first time. Its brightness levels tuned, its color filters adjusted, its resolution verified against a target large enough to actually test. When Psyche arrives at the asteroid in 2029, the team will need those calibrations to be exactly right. The magnetometer is also active during the flyby, detecting Mars's magnetic field as the spacecraft passes through it. The gamma ray and neutron spectrometer is measuring changes in cosmic ray flux. Scientists at Mars on the Curiosity and Perseverance rovers, aboard the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, aboard ESA's Mars Express, are making simultaneous observations, building a cross-reference dataset that will sharpen Psyche's instruments further. Everything is being tested. Everything is being prepared. For something that has been waiting 4.5 billion years, a few months of calibration seems appropriate. There is an asteroid in the main belt that should not be what it appears to be. 16. Psyche. The asteroid the spacecraft is named for is approximately 173 miles wide. It orbits the Sun in the belt between Mars and Jupiter. roughly 3 times farther from the Sun than Earth. From a distance, it looks unremarkable, just another point of light in the belt. But when astronomers measure the light it reflects, the radar it returns, and the gravitational influence it exerts on smaller nearby objects, something unusual emerges. The surface is largely metallic, iron and nickel, the same materials at Earth's core, but exposed, not buried under thousands of miles of rock and mantle, but present at the surface, detectable from Earth. No other asteroid of this size shows this signature so clearly. The leading hypothesis is that 16 Psyche is not a typical asteroid at all. It may be the remnant core of a protoplanet, an early solar system body that grew large enough to differentiate. Differentiation is what happens when a body becomes massive enough that gravity and heat sort its materials. The heavy elements, primarily iron and nickel, sink toward the center. The lighter silicate rocks rise to form a crust and mantle. This is how Earth was built. This is how Mars was built. This is how every rocky planet in the inner solar system formed. Psyche's parent body completed that process. And then something hit it, or many things hit it. Over the violent early history of the solar system, when collisions were common and the belt was dense with debris, the body that became Psyche was struck hard enough, repeatedly enough, to lose its outer layers entirely. The crust, gone. The mantle, scattered across the solar system as debris we will never identify. What remained was the core, the dense metallic heart continuing to orbit, stripped of everything that surrounded it. That core is what the spacecraft Psyche is going to visit. If this interpretation is correct, it means something significant. We have never directly observed a planetary core before. Earth's core is 1,800 miles below the surface. Mars's core has never been touched. We infer what lies at the center of rocky planets from seismology, from gravitational modeling, from the behavior of magnetic fields. We have never seen one. Psyche may change that. That explained why the mission was proposed. It did not fully explain what the data has since revealed. Here is where the story becomes more complicated and more interesting. Solid iron has a density of approximately 7.9 grams per cubic centimeter. If Psyche were a solid iron nickel core, its density should be close to that. It is not. Measurements of Psyche's gravitational influence on nearby smaller asteroids, combined with its known volume, yield a bulk density of approximately 3.9 grams per cubic centimeter. That is roughly half what a solid metal ball of that size should weigh. This is a problem for the exposed core hypothesis, or rather, it is a question the hypothesis does not yet fully answer. 2 explanations have been proposed. The first, Psyche is not solid. It is porous, riddled with voids, gaps, and fractures left by billions of years of impacts. A metal object under enough bombardment would shatter and recompact repeatedly, leaving a structure that is metallic throughout, but not continuous. The bulk density would drop, even if the composition remains metal-rich. The second, Psyche is not purely metallic. It may be a stony iron body, part metal, part silicate rock, in proportions that produce the measured density without requiring extreme porosity. If this is correct, Psyche may not be an exposed core at all, but a different kind of object entirely, a fragment of a partially differentiated body, or a primordial mix that never fully separated. And there is a third possibility, stranger than either. Some researchers have proposed that Psyche underwent ferrovolcanism, a process in which molten iron from the interior erupted onto the surface, coating it in metal while the body retained a lower density silicate interior. The surface would appear metallic, the interior would not be. The density measurements would make sense, and the object would be something that has never been observed anywhere in the solar system, a world whose volcanoes erupted iron instead of rock. Which of these is true is a question no Earth-based telescope can answer. The spacecraft Psyche is going to answer it, which means the process that produced this object, whatever that process was, stripped one world down to its most fundamental layer and left it waiting, intact, for a species that would not exist for another 4.5 billion years to come. And look, the mission arrives at Asteroid Psyche in 2029. Once in orbit, the spacecraft will spend approximately 2 years studying the surface and interior using 4 instruments: a multispectral imager that will map the surface in detail, a gamma ray and neutron spectrometer that will determine the elemental composition of the outer layers, a magnetometer that will search for evidence of a remnant magnetic field, the frozen signature of a core that once generated its own dynamo, as Earth's core does today, and a radio science experiment that will measure the gravitational field precisely enough to constrain the distribution of mass inside the asteroid. Each instrument is designed to help distinguish between the competing hypotheses. The density measurements from orbit will be far more precise than anything achievable from Earth. The surface composition maps will reveal whether the metallic signature is uniform or patchy. The magnetometer will tell us whether Psyche's core once had a magnetic field, and if so, when it stopped. That last measurement is potentially the most significant. Earth's magnetic field is generated by the movement of liquid iron in the outer core. It has been running, with variations, for at least 3.5 billion years. If Psyche's parent body once had a similar dynamo, and there is reason to think differentiated bodies do, then the rocks at Psyche's surface may carry a frozen record of that ancient field, preserved in the magnetic alignment of minerals that cooled billions of years before Earth had life. We may be able to read the magnetic history of a dead planet from the surface of its surviving core. The asteroid belt is 2.2 to 3.2 astronomical units from the Sunday Psyche orbits near the outer edge of that range. It takes approximately 5 Earth years to complete one orbit. When the spacecraft arrives in 2029, it will be the first time any mission has orbited a metal-rich asteroid. There are no analogs in our current dataset. There are no prior missions to draw from. Every measurement will be the first of its kind. That is an unusual position for a science mission to be in. Here is what the data confirms. Asteroid 16 Psyche is metal-rich, approximately 173 miles wide, and orbiting in the outer main belt. Its bulk density is approximately 3.9 grams per cubic centimeter, significantly lower than solid iron, and consistent with either high porosity, mixed composition, or ferrovolcanic surface processes. Its surface reflects radar and light in ways consistent with exposed metal. It is unlike any other asteroid of its size that has been studied from Earth. Here is what the data does not yet tell us: whether it is an exposed planetary core, whether it is porous, mixed, or ferrovolcanic, whether its magnetic field record is preserved, what its interior structure actually looks like, what happened to the planet it used to be part of. Those answers are 3 years away. Today, the spacecraft built to find them is passing Mars at 12,333 miles per hour, borrowing a planet's gravity, calibrating its instruments, and preparing for the longest part of the journey. The more we study the early solar system, the more we find evidence of worlds that formed, collided, and were unmade before any of the planets we know today reached their final shapes. Most of those lost worlds left nothing recognizable behind. Psyche may be the exception. It may be the only place in the solar system where we can stand or orbit at the center of a world that no longer exists and ask what it was made of. That question has been waiting 4.5 billion years for someone to come and ask it. Today, something is passing Mars on its way to do exactly that.